Welcome to Savvy Selection's Personal Growth. If you want to stay ahead of the curve, you know what to do. Hit that follow button so you never miss out. All right, today we are diving deep into the new science of motivation. We're going to explore how to find, and more importantly, how to sustain your inner drive in a world that feels like it's designed to drain every last drop of it.
So here's what's on deck. First, we'll tackle the big problem, that feeling of being stuck. Then, we'll unpack 3 massive trends that are totally changing the game. We're talking AI, the surprising power of doing small things, and a whole new way to connect. And then, we'll wrap it all up into a new toolkit just for you.
Okay, let's jump right in. Section 1, the modern motivation problem. This is all about that feeling of being stuck in a world that's all about the hustle. So, let me ask you something, and be honest. Does this sound familiar? You ever feel like you're stuck on a hamster wheel? You're busy all day long, checking things off a list, but when you finally collapse at the end of the day, you get this sinking feeling. You were busy, yeah, but were you actually effective? Did you move the needle on what really matters to you? If you're nodding your head right now, trust me, you are so not alone. This isn't just a feeling, it's an epidemic. The data backs this up big time. A recent survey found that a whopping 40% of workers feel completely burned out. And get this, a Pew Research Center study showed that 70% of people feel totally overwhelmed by all the changes happening in the world. For so many of us, feeling drained has become the new norm.
And here's the real kicker. The old advice we've always been given, just work harder, hustle more, grind it out, it's failing us. It's not the solution anymore. In fact, it's a huge part of the problem. It's a broken system that leads straight to burnout, not to a life of fulfillment. So, what's the alternative? Where do we go from here?
Well, that brings us to our first huge trend, and this one is a real game changer. Let's talk about AI-powered motivation. Think of it as your own personal coach. Okay, so what does that even mean, AI coaching? It's not as sci-fi as it sounds. Imagine a super smart system that gives you guidance that's personalized, just for you. This isn't some generic one-size-fits-all advice. It actually looks at your data, learns your patterns, and adapts its suggestions in real time. It's like having a world-class coach in your pocket, 24/7.
And this isn't just some neat theory either. It flat out works. A study on AI coaching found that it can boost the chances of you actually completing your goals by a massive 65%. Think about that. That's a huge difference between just saying you're going to do something and actually doing it.
And this really illustrates how it works. AI can take that vague, foggy feeling like, I'm so stressed, and turn it into a concrete, actionable step. It's like launching a rocket. Instead of just floating around, it gives you a specific mission, like a targeted mindfulness exercise. It turns confusion into clarity.
All right, for our next trend, we're going to flip the script a bit. We're moving from high-tech AI to something that's, beautifully simple. We're talking about the power of the mundane, finding huge motivation in tiny everyday actions.
So, to kick this off, let's bust a myth that almost everyone believes. How long does it really take to form a new habit? What does the science actually say? I bet you're thinking 21 days, right? We've all heard that. Well, turns out that's a myth. A really important 2009 study from University College London looked into this, and the reality is, it takes, on average, 66 days. 66! Now, knowing that is a total game changer, because it gives you permission to be patient with yourself. This is a marathon, not a sprint. Okay, so how on earth do you stick with something for 66 days? The secret is to start ridiculously small. And I mean so small it almost feels laughable. You want to start meditating? Don't commit to 20 minutes. Start with one single mindful breath. You want to start flossing? Just floss one tooth. The idea is to make it so unbelievably easy that you literally can't say no. That's how you beat resistance and build unstoppable momentum over time. And this all feeds into this really powerful idea called quiet thriving. It's about consciously shifting away from that toxic hustle culture and instead focusing your precious energy only on the things that truly matter. It's like this quote says, "The real victory is moving from just doing more to doing what matters. It's about trading frantic activity for focused impact." Okay, on to our third and final trend. This one tackles probably the biggest motivation killer in our modern world, digital overload. We're going to talk about making a crucial shift, away from all the noise and toward real intentional connection. Just to show you the scale of this problem, check this out. According to Data Reportal, the average person now spends more than 7 hours a day staring at a screen. 7 hours. For many of us, that's more time than we spend sleeping. It's just a gigantic portion of our lives being handed over to devices. So here's the battle we're facing. On one side, you've got digital noise. That's the endless scrolling, the constant pings and notifications, all of which, ironically, can leave you feeling more isolated than ever. But on the other side, you've got the solution: intentional connection. This is about using technology for good, like AI tools that help you focus. It's about finding curated online communities that actually lift you up. And it's also about rediscovering real-world third spaces. Places like a coffee shop, a library, or a park where you can actually connect with other humans. All right, let's pull all these threads together. We've gone over 3 incredibly powerful trends. Now let's forge them into a simple, cohesive toolkit that you can start using, well, right now. So here you go, your new motivation toolkit in 3 parts. First, use AI as your personal coach to get guidance that's actually made for you. Second, embrace the power of mundanity. Start so small it's silly and build those habits that last. And third, make that connection shift. Choose intentional engagement over all that distracting digital noise.
And I want to leave you with this one last thought, because it really gets to the heart of everything we've talked about today. The person you hope to become one day, they're not created in some big dramatic moment. Your future self is being built quietly, right now, in the thousands of tiny, consistent, purposeful choices you make every single day. So the real question is, what choice will you make today?
Thank you for watching, and remember to hit that like button. And don't forget to follow us so you'll always be the first to know when we release new and exciting content. We'll see you in the next video.